What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. We're trying to, as always, man, it's NBA Talk with Jay. We got our guy Rob Vino here with us from Wager Talk. What's up with you, Rob? Everything cool with you, my brother? How you been?
Everything is good, Jake. I won't say anything that would get us ahead of the cart, but I know you're happy today. I know that, again, I've said it multiple times, but my youngest, strong as Mavs fan as yourself, I got that phone call as soon, not 1 minute during the game did he talk to me, but when that final came, I got that phone call. And, I think his, and maybe for yourself too, and I'm sure 50,000 other Dallas Maverick fans at the end of the game, if you just kept watching what took place on court after the Luka interview, Luka and Dirk together was what my son liked the best at the end. I think most Mavs fans find those to be their two favorite players in Mav history. And it was hey, you know what? Nothing flukish about it, Jay. Nothing flukish about it.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I'm glad. I'm my guy Danny in the chat. I'm glad he said picked up Mavs at +4, guys. Guys, if you know how to live bet, you should be able to see pretty quickly that the Suns didn't come to play and the Mavs came to play. So I know officially I had a little small play on Suns and Celtics money line parlay, mainly on the Celtics there. But that Suns was me just that's me paying for my team to win. You see what I'm saying? Did get a chance to get the Mavs live in that one. You could just tell from the get-go in that one, they just came to smack them up, guys. So not trying to recap yesterday, but the Mavs, they weren't getting enough respect, and they still aren't. We're gonna just real quick, Rob, let's go over here to game one of the Western Conference Finals real quick, since we're talking about the Mavs here. I still feel like they're being disrespected. I feel like they have a chance to go to the finals. I did take them series price +215. It's coming down to +195, Rob. It's like some people out there kind of see defense wins championship, guys. And yeah, I'll be taking the Mavs pretty much all series. I'm not a believer in the Warriors. I know they got Steph and Clay and Draymond. I'll say Steph and Draymond because I don't believe Clay is the old Clay. But they're the veteran teams, Rob, right? They know how to do that. They know how to get there. But it's a new era. I don't think the Warriors win the championship this year. I don't think they get to the finals. It will be a great series. The Mavs are the better, deeper, more defensive squad as well, Rob. I like the Mavs here in this series.
Yeah, all right. Let's start with series, okay, rather than focus on single game one. Yesterday before the Phoenix-Dallas game started, Jay, Dallas was +850, and that was, I think, to win the championship +850. No, that was to win the West +850. To win the championship, they were larger. So you could have got big numbers yesterday. Nobody thought they were going to win that basketball game. That's why those numbers existed. Here in the series, if you're somebody who anticipates this thing going deep, listen, Dallas has answered all the questions, right? They went on the road in Game 7 to the number one seed's home floor, where that number one seed had beaten the Mavs 3 straight times in this series, and they came out and obliterated them. And I think, Jay, sometimes when handicapping is done, you don't give enough credit to the subtle things. But I'll say this, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you after Monday last week, but I was on NBA Tip-Off, and I had heard Devin Booker say after Game 6, he said, I've never been in a Game 7, but it'll be fun. And the Mavs knew exactly what a Game 7 was from last year. And a lot of times that's overlooked when Phoenix just a better team. But Dallas knew how to respond in that situation. And when Phoenix got their head handed to them early, they didn't know how to respond. And, Chris Paul, you would think, veteran that he is, could drag them out of that hole. But we saw that he just wasn't himself, or maybe he was just worn down, right? Pelican series and then Dallas series. Maybe he was worn down last 4 games. The Dallas Mavericks, the last 5 games of that series, were the better team every single half except for 1 second half in Game 5. Dallas blew them out, Phoenix, in Game 3, in Game 4, went on the road in Game 5, played them toe-to-toe first half, got destroyed second half, and then came back 6 and 7 and 1. So, again, there's been a lot of adjustments by Jason Kidd. The small lineup has worked. Golden State's not a large team, right? So it's a good fit. And, again, the question has to be asked, And it can't even be answered, so you can't ask it. Nobody stops Luka. And, in this series, they won't be able to. They'll try to do some things that others have. Let's force Luka to play defense and wear him down. I think over the course of a series, Dallas may try the same thing. Let's put Steph in pick and roll and see if we can wear Steph down. Not a great defender. And where three-point shooting is concerned, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, I get it with all of that. But I think at times they're very, very one-dimensional, period, especially in a small ball lineup, Jay. And I don't know that Dallas still gets to the rim on occasion, and they've got multiple three-point shooters on any given night as well. So just a general overview for you series-wise, I think Dallas has every chance because right now the road doesn't faze them. And if I'm going to look at Golden State real quick, they were 1-5 against the spread into Game 7 against Memphis. And, again, these things are easy to say. Oh, Golden State's great. Look at the way they shoot. Guess what, guys? They were 89-87, life and death with Memphis without Ja Morant in Game 7 on their home floor, and a late 4-minute run is the only thing that separated Golden State from Memphis and winning that series. And when Golden State went on that run, Jay, and maybe you feel the same way, when they went on that run, Memphis doesn't have Ja Morant on the floor, so they don't have that go-to guy to stop the run. You know what I mean? Whereas if Golden State hits a couple of back-to-back threes late, Dallas is going to give the ball to Luka, and he's either going to score or go to the free throw line. The run's going to be stopped. It's not going to climb to 14-2, 16-2, but Bane and Brooks got a little bit, frantic, and Memphis lost that game. So I get people who just, hear Steph's name and hear Klay's name and think, I don't know, dude. They were not. You know what they shot in that game? They shot like 39% from the floor. I mean, they weren't even that good. Kevon Looney had 21 rebounds. The team had 70. Are you kidding me?
Man,
I don't know, Jay. I'm on Dallas.
I'm glad that everybody loves the Warriors. Guys, anything can happen. You see what I'm saying? I said this a few years ago, and I got to stand on it. I'll go down with it. I think the Warriors dynasty is over. I'm not a big fan. Now, obviously, Kerr being out, it showed, but I'm still not a big fan of him. I think the Mavs are the better coach team. I think they play defense wins championships. So if you ask me, it's simple. Which team has the better defense? I'm going with the Mavs. I said whoever comes out of Mavs Suns is going. Obviously, I expected to be the Suns. I didn't think that the Mavs could get it done on the road. Am I happy for my team? This is my team now. Come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here, man? If you really know, you've really been watching me, I'm happier more than anything that the Mavs are here, and I'm not surprised. And a few shows ago, I also said, this team is kind of giving me 2011 vibes, Rob. I mean, we don't necessarily have the Tyson Chandler as the anchor defensively, but everyone else is playing lockdown defense. Brunson, he's not going to be back in Dallas. This is one of their main chances to win a championship here in the future. You know what I'm saying? Luka is absolutely unstoppable. He's a new face of the NBA. He's damn near top 3 in the NBA over there. You got guys like Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith. Oh, boy. The defense. They have the best defenders, guys. I'm not worried about Draymond. He's good, but they're getting older. Steph Curry, he's a damn good three-point specialist, right? I'm not worried about. We're putting Steph Curry and Klay in every pick and roll, and we're gonna put Steph Curry in every pick and roll. He's too small. He can't play defense. He can shoot threes. He can make them. Not worried about Klay. Not worried about Draymond. Not worried about Looney. They don't have Gary Payton II to come off the bench right now to be their enforcer, right? I'll take the Mavs. I like the Mavs in the series. They could lose game 1. I'll take them on the series again, guys. But everybody thinking the Warriors is so easy. This makes me feel even stronger about this, guys, because they don't really realize it. Rob, I want to ask you one question. When can you kind of tell? We only have 4 teams left. When can you kind of sense something different from a certain team that you can say, or because you kind of have to make predictions? Who do you think out of these 4 teams can win the finals? Or like, when does it get to that point where there's a switch that turns on for you? Like, okay, I sense something different with this team as far as collectiveness, the talent on the group, the defense, the coaching. What do you think here, Rob?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time at the end of the regular season in the NFL, Jay. What team is peaking at the right time? It doesn't matter what you look like on paper, but who's peaking? Who's playing the best team ball as we speak? I got to tell you, and again, I said this to you off air. I just feel like after yesterday, people are looking for excuses why Phoenix didn't win rather than complimenting Dallas on the way. And if you just look at Dallas, and I admit I've come around to them, I didn't think, with a month and a half left in the season that they were going to make it this far in the Western Conference playoffs. But you have to adjust on the fly. And if you just watch them and what they look more confident, they really didn't shoot threes this way all season long. Now you can chalk them up for 16 threes a game. Just mark it down. It's going to happen somehow, some way. So I think, in the NFL, we look at it a lot, and usually the team that peaks makes their way through. Look at Cincinnati last year. The Bengals were not the best team on paper, but they were playing really, really good. They found their way through. I kind of think Dallas is that team right now. And to contrast that, Jay, I don't think Golden State's playing real well. I got to tell you, I get they've got the bigger names, but I don't think they're playing real well. I still think Steph hasn't really shot the ball the way the old Steph Curry shoots the ball. He's been a little bit inconsistent. Clay is game in, game off, game in, game off. Jordan Poole, they've proven since Aaron Gordon locked him up defensively in Denver that you can throw a guy on him and lock him up for a couple of games, right? So you mentioned between Maxey, between Reggie Bullock, between Dorian Finney-Smith. Again, I get the other side is going to try and tire Luka, but he's found a way to contribute on defense, and Jason Kidd has found a way to hide him and not get him in foul trouble.
That's a good point.
I don't know. Dallas is peaking, Jay. Golden State's not necessarily peaking. They're there, but they're there because Denver stinks, and you know what? Again, should have, could have, would have. But I'm telling you, they had 2 lucky wins or miracle wins against Memphis in that series. Memphis could be here just as easily as Golden State is. Golden State coming from behind in 1 and 5. So I don't know. I think Dallas is the team that's peaking right now.
Yeah. Now I want to take people's serious bets. If you'll give me 2-1, I'm on it, guys. But obviously the Mavs, I'll put it like this. For game 1, look at this. It's Mavs or nothing for me, plus the 5. Yeah, they could win club and all this. It didn't matter. They got 2 days off in between. We'll talk about the next game. 1 day off of game 7 is a phase spot. 2 days, it's actually a little bit more time, and it's even the more time for the Warriors to be rusty as well. They may win game 1. I'll be honest with you. If the Warriors, you have to try to come out and win game 1 at the house, but I think the Mavs, I truly believe they're going to get one of those first games and go to State. They've shown they can win on the road versus a much tougher defensive Sun squad. That's why it gives me even more like the Suns were way more tougher than the Warriors are. Warriors going to try to beat you with offense, but the Mavs had a better defense. I'll take them all day, and I'll probably put some on them game 1 as well here. But let's get to the official plays here, Rob. Enough of that. It's no fanboy shit. I really do sense something with the Mavs here that they're probably the second best defensive team left in the the Celtics defense is pretty good. I'd say the Heat are probably the number 1 best defensive team right now, but with how well balanced the Mavs are offensively and defensively, watch out, guys. It's the only thing I'll say. All the super public bettors or think shit's gonna be easy, they'll be all over the Warriors here. Nothing's guaranteed, but I can't wait to see what happens, guys, because I don't think the Warriors win this series, guys. Let's see what happens. Let's get over here to the Eastern Conference Finals here. We got the Celtics here getting 1.5 versus the Heat here. Rob, the Celtics are plus 130 to win the championship right now. The Celtics are the favorite. No, it's the Warriors. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but they are. But the Celtics are favored minus 165 over the Heat to win this series, but they're underdogs for game 1, Rob. How are we looking at this series, my brother?
Well, series-wise, I'm already invested in Boston. Again, before the games started yesterday, you had to take a look at future odds because you weren't going to get the same future odds after those 2 results were in. Yesterday, Miami was plus 385 to win the championship. Boston was plus 450. I played them both and hope Boston won the game. And so now I have both teams in the Eastern Conference Final. And you're probably, if the winner comes from the East, you're going to cash and make a profit there. I think that the handicap of series and game 1 for me are different, Jay. You just brought up a little bit about the scheduling. I think the scheduling hurts Boston. Listen, they have to play 2 max effort games Friday and Sunday. They're down 3-2. They got to go to Milwaukee, max effort win. Sunday, come home, max effort win. Boom, on a plane, down to Miami. The Heat have had 4 full days rest. And I think that could be problematic for Boston fatigue-wise. So I think Miami, game 1, is probably the way I would look. However, Boston's the favorite in the series, as you just mentioned. They don't even have home floor advantage, which shows you the respect that they're getting from the odds makers. The team that doesn't have 4 at home is the favorite. And I think they're right. I'll just break it down to these simple things, Jay. it's going to be a tough defensive series, right? Jimmy's going to will his guys to play defense, and they can do it. But I think in the end, Boston has way more interior size, which is helpful. Robert Williams will play in this series, right? He was available yesterday. He just didn't play. 3-point shooting, which has been Miami's real bread and butter all season long. The Celtics just shot 38% from three against the Bucks. The Bucks do play drop coverage and allow a lot of threes, and Miami will bring Bam out a little bit more, so they won't drop back and allow all of those. But I still think Boston can match Miami 3-point shooting-wise. Miami was real good. Another reason to like them in game one is that in that Philly series, Miami was night and day better shooting threes at home than they were on the road. In Philly, they stunk. At home, they were like 38%. And then the last thing, these games come down to stars. Right? On one side, you got Jason Tatum. On the other side, you got Jimmy Butler. But if you ask me, Boston has multiple guys to attempt to defend Jimmy with. I mean, Jaylen Brown in that wingspan is a very good defensive match for Jimmy. And Grant Williams, if they have to, is a very good defensive match for Jimmy. I don't think you can name me the defensive match for Jason Tatum on the Bucks. Most would say PJ Tucker.
Right.
I mean, on the Heat. I'm sorry, not the Bucks. PJ Tucker, but I'm not sure PJ Tucker handles Jason Tatum. So to me, I got the better star. I match what Miami does best overall, which is 3-point shooting. And the interior should belong to Boston here with Horford, with Robert Williams, with Grant Williams, with Jason Tatum. They just got through with Giannis doing what Giannis did. Mm-hmm. I think Boston series, but I think the game one, scheduling-wise, sets up for Miami.
And Rob, I'm glad you said that, guys. We got to be smart, right? We're smart. We're trying to get the best price. I like the Celtics to win the series as well. If you think they're going to lose game one, you don't take this, especially on late points, especially on late chalk with the series. They're minus 165 for the series. I think they're losing game one. They're losing game one in Miami. You're going to get a better price. You see what I'm saying? I'm taking the Heat. Game one. I already took the Heat. Minus 2.5, minus 2. Doesn't matter. Money line, I'm on both of them. The Heat win game one. Only one day off in between game sevens. And like you said, Rob, you make it even better because I forgot that they had to play 2 game sevens. Game 6 was a game 7 as well. So 2 elimination games. You're reading the quotes from Jaylen Brown. We had to leave it all out there on the floor. It's basically saying we went all out to win this game. Obviously, you're trying to advance. They even know they're going to come out flat in game one. And another thing, they're not used to that sticky defense that the Heat are going to bring. I'll tell you this. The Heat, if they had Kyle Lowry 100% for this full series, I may feel a little different because I was saying all year, the Heat with Kyle Lowry, when they got that trade, him and PJ Tucker, they made them the best defensive team. But you need 100% Kyle Lowry. Last time they faced off in Boston, he had 23 points. You need that type of one, not the one where his back or his hamstring is hurting, and he's unlikely to play game one. But for right now, it's better that they don't play him, right, because he's not 100%. So, but it's not even that. The Heat's defense will suffocate the Celtics in game one. They will figure it out, Rob. You're right, because the Celtics they really try to get the best switch they can. But to start off, PJ Tucker and Jimmy Butler are going to be all over Brown and Tatum, and I think it's mainly Tatum because Brown is kind of deferring towards Tatum right now. Brown probably not 100%, but he's kind of just getting through it. But I think for this game one, they really gonna run out of gas, especially with only having one day off. They had to go to Milwaukee, then they come back to the house. Only one day in between that game 6 and game 7. Then you got to go down to Miami as well. And you know what I'm saying? Only one day off, not a ton of time to prepare as well, Rob. So I'm on the Heat here. I'm on them for a nice little chunk here for game one, and then I'll come back on Celtics for the series. I do believe they win this series. It's going to be a tough one, though, right? Because, like I said, Heat without Lowry is going to be interesting to see Gabe Vincent and Struss, how they're going to be in this series. But I do think that Butler and Tucker defensively have the tools to stifle it, at least for this first game as well, because they're going to see a much better defense than they saw from the Bucks. A lot of people are crediting them with the 3 7-footers, Rob. For the Celtics, you need perimeter defenders, right? It's kind of like with the Mavs versus the Warriors. You don't really need anyone to paint. You need someone to guard their perimeter, and the Heat can do that very well. So for game one, I'm all over the Heat here, minus the 1.5, Rob. Could you talk me off?
Well, then vice versa, real quick, Jay, where the series is concerned, out on the perimeter, Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year, will be up in 3-point shooters' faces. Jaylen Brown, as we mentioned, with that wingspan. They've got guys as well. So it sets up as a really, really tough defensive series. And if you think they're both really good defensively, the great separators, in my mind, over the course of a series will be Jason Tatum as the one star that has a bit of an advantage for his offensive game over Jimmy Butler. Jimmy willed that team to that series win. He really took charge last couple of games, vocal in his quotes, everything else. But, again, to our point, because we're both on the same wavelength here. We both like Miami game 1. We both like Boston series. To the point about people that are saying Dallas is going to be on cloud 9 after they won that series. The difference is Dallas gets 2 days and they're not changing time zones. You got extra time to come off of that. Boston has no time to even think. Just get on the plane, boom, travel. Miami's been sitting there waiting. I like where you're going. I'm heading the same direction. I think it's going to be Miami game 1. I don't know why the lines come down, Jay, to tell you the truth. You can lay less with Miami now than you can with Boston.
I love looking at the chat. I love all you guys, man. The chat makes the show. But one guy says, I played Celtics money line game 1. Celtics are favored to win the series, but underdogs to win game 1. Doesn't it? Don't you think that's pretty fishy? That doesn't mean that you should play. So a lot of times the bookmakers are kind of sort of telling you which side to. That lets you know right there why it's heat or it should be heat or nothing for me. Because I listen to a guy that's a heavy Celtics backer. I have been all year. You see him the second half of the season, been one of the best teams in the league. This game 1's a terrible spot for him, guys. And you see the line. They'll have Heat favored for game 1 because they know that this is probably the best spot for the Heat to get a win. And then game 2, you'll likely see the Celtics be favored there after they've had a game to, to see how the Heat are going to guard them, to get their feet comfortable with this series, kind of shake off the rust from the last series as well, right? Get some film. You'll probably see Celtics open -1 for that game 2. I'm talking about line functionality will be all over it. So I think that's a good snapshot to why people are taking the Celtics here. They see them just beat the Bucks. No one think they could do that, right? They just beat them. And then now they come in this one. They're the favorites in this series, but I do believe they'll be at plus money after game 1. I'm on Heat official -1.5 for game 1. It's gonna be a tough spot for them. Just as a basketball player, psychologically, you could bring that momentum from that one, but having to go game 6, game 7, leaving all out there on the floor, I think, and adjusting to the Heat's defense, home floor. I think it's going to be a tough one here, Rob. So anything else on this game? I know that total is sitting at 204. We might see some 199s in this series here, Rob.
I'm sure as it wears on, Jay, that we will see that, as the screws kind of tighten and we get to game 4 and 5, you're going to see even more defensive, more of the defenses take hold, and you'll see more tired legs from shooters. So again, you want the team that's going to score on the interior. I'll say one more time. To me, it's a slight bit of a step down in class on the defensive side for Boston because my feeling is they really only have to defend the three-point arc. It's not like you have to defend the rim like you did against Giannis. It's not that type of series. Every series is individually different. But I'm with you. Folks, you got to take into consideration. And we could be dead wrong, Jay. We could lose that bet on Miami, okay? But it's the right bet. Because you have to take into consideration these guys, they're great basketball players, but they're still human. You're just going to take them and throw them on a plane and fly them to Miami and say, get out there and go, guys, against this team with 4 days rest that's just waiting for you, waiting to make a statement. So I think Miami's the right side game 1 for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. This is gonna be a tough one. I do think they have to, because you still got to worry about Bam Adebayo. Obviously, Rob Williams isn't 100% right now. Still got to worry about Bam getting to the rim, and Jimmy does like to. But trust me, Rob, I get what you're saying. There's no fucking Giannis over there. So
yeah,
you got to deal with Giannis. But Jimmy Butler is great at drawing fouls, getting to the paint. Also, now they do have the thing about the Heat is, last thing I'll say, their three-point shooters are a lot better. They're not going cold like Pat Connaughton. They don't have guys like fucking Wesley Matthews and George Hill out there playing. That's why I had to realize real quick, Rob, what are we doing here? George Hill and Wesley Matthews out here playing meaningful minutes in the no, it's not. No, these guys are way too old. I had to realize, like, this Bucks team in deep is Jrue Holiday and Giannis, and that's it. And you see what happened in Game 7. So that's one thing. Guys like Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, they can hit threes. So I'm saying Tyler Hero coming off the bench. We can't forget about Oladipo as well. Can't forget Duncan Robinson. He hadn't been playing well, but you can't forget these guys actually can make threes. So the Celtics, you're going to have to, because the Bucks guys, they would stop making the threes. The supporting cast were ass in that one. The Heat kind of spread it out, guys. So I agree with guys in chat. Jimmy Butler's no Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, but they do have an array of 3-point shooters. And if they get hot, Strus or Vincent go off for 5 or 6. This game one is Heat for me. It's simple. I don't need to talk about it anymore. Heat, game one, minus the 1.5 at money line. I'm on the Heat, game one. I need them. Let's just put it that way, guys. Yeah, regular size bet for me. It's time to, new series now, it's time to get to some cash, guys. Heat for me, Rob. Real quick, let's talk about some shirts real quick, man. Jay and Shark shirts, still $10 off, and I'm extending it this well till Friday. Free pair of glasses if you order a Jay and Shark shirt, my guys. It's the only one that comes with the free pair of glasses. I appreciate you guys for the support. Still got plenty of Smack Cities in black and gray. Us Against the Bookies in white, black, royal blue, light blue coming as well. Let's get some cash shirts, man. They're one of the best sayings. I was wearing it yesterday at the mall. Hey, let's get some cash. Doing what? Come check out this YouTube channel. She's like 50 years old. Yeah, well, let's get some cash. So grandma. I'm messing with you, but go hit up the website jmoneyisone.com or just DM me, my guys, or shoot me an email nbatalkwithjay@gmail. Let's get some cash in green, light blue, dark blue, all type of stuff. Rob, let's get to some free NBA picks. If you guys don't know, you can get that 40-day all access pass for Rob Vino. It's basically paying for 30 days, but you get $100 off, and you get an extra 10 days of plays, a $238 savings. It's also $9 Mondays over there at Wager Talk as well, as it is every Monday. Rob, what you got going over there at Wager Talk, my brother? And you like anything for game one?
Yeah, well, today is $9 Monday at Wager Talk, as it always is when I'm on your show, Jay. Wager Talk every Monday, $9 plays. They reduce the price. So go ahead over there, because I happen to have Wager Talk grades their plays, or at least as handicappers, we have to release them as either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5%, 5% being the strongest. I've had 2 5% NBA plays all season long. The third one is up and available right now for only $9. You want to make your way to wagertalk.com. I'm not going to give that one away here on the show, but I will say that, yes, Miami minus 1.5 now, I think, is a very solid play. I'm on it, and I do think that it's worth the chance to go and play Dallas plus price for the series. I just think that, Jay, we talked about it, they're peaking at the right time. I think Golden State is a little bit, I've said this before, and I got into a little bit, me and our pal Ski Profit, we got a little bit of a
is he a Warriors fan or is he a Lakers fan? I'm not. Oh, the Lakers got put out, so now he's going for the Warriors. What are we doing? I can't wait till Wednesday.
And he loves shooters, and he got his Steph shirt on. But I differ a little bit. I just don't think they're playing all that great, Jay. And I think Dallas can take advantage of them over a 7-game series. So give me Dallas series and give me Miami game 1 as best bets here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Guys. Guys, in the chat, I don't care. I took Suns money line parlay here, so I don't care. I love the Mavs. I paid $300 for a Mavs win. It's perfectly fine with me, guys. We lost yesterday's official play. I bet the Suns could win. Still rooting for the Mavs, guys. I'm sorry. It is what it is, guys. If you think you're gonna win every single bet, it's not gonna happen. I'm just here to let you know that right now. If you think you're gonna win every single play, it's not gonna happen. So sorry, guys. You need to manage your bankroll. It happens. You know what I'm saying? The Mavs still finna beat the Warriors. So the same people that's in the chat talking mess right now, they're betting the Warriors. They're betting them every game, and they're going to lose money, guys. But we'll get to that Wednesday. Can't wait to have Ski on the show.
You haven't made any money betting the Warriors every game, Jay. They've been a bad ATS team in the playoffs.
Just keep betting them, guys. But I just had to say that you can't win every single play. I'm not going to win every single play. 38-10, 39-10 for the end of NBA playoffs. But regardless, guys, Heat, game 1 for me, minus the 1.5 money line, all that. I'm on the Heat, guys. Regular size bet for me. It's the next round now. It's time to get back to some cheddar here. Give me the Heat, game 1 versus Celtics. I like the Celtics to win the series. It's a terrible spot for them. Only 1 day off, coming off basically 2 game 7s, going up against a stifling Heat team that's also trying to make a statement. They're without Lowry, but they still have championship style defense over there. They got some dogs over there. In this game 1, they will win by double digits. Then we come back and hop on the Celtics in game 2, guys. You got to have a plan, especially when betting the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I'll let you guys know into my thought process why I've been doing so well in the playoffs, but let's just see. Let's see these next 2 series on to the finals, guys. I believe the Celtics and the Mavs will be in the championship. Regardless of that, I'm on Heat game 1, minus 1.5 official play. Back tomorrow tomorrow to talk more plays. But I can't wait for the Wednesday show to get bandwagon ski on here, man. We appreciate everybody for the ski's my guy, but it's just we can't wait, man. We got our guy Rob on the show. Make sure you go follow him on Twitter right now at Rob Vino Sports. Go check him out at Wager Talk. You can follow me as well at J Money is Money. We will win, my guys. Let's get some cash. It's us against the bookies. Manage that bankroll, and we out, my guys. It's cash. Back tomorrow.